Fire away. Why? What's...
All right, man. Before we get to this video, we got to talk about this. All right? So I'm going to say it up front. The people that said Deshaun Watson was going to play because of the money, and a lot of us were like, nah, they going to give us a real they're going to give us a real competition this time. They're not going to play us. They're not going to do none of that. Hey, man, I apologize, man. I apologize, man. You guys was right, man. Okay? There's a lot of stuff to go into this, and it's a lot of stuff that leaded up to me saying, you know what? You guys are right. This stuff is already put together weeks or maybe months before. All right? So, I'm gonna send my apologies to people that was in my chat room saying that Deshaun Watson gonna start because of the money, and they already had it put together. And I was like, well, I wanted to give the organization and Todd Monken the benefit of the doubt. I did not think they were going to operate the same way they operated in the beginning of last year when Shedeur got there and throughout the process. I thought they were really going to give a different type of competition. Like, really, whoever performs better throughout the duration wins. All right? But Todd Monken claims that Shedeur was not it. That Shedeur won. I mean, that Deshaun won. So without further ado, man, I'll talk about it a little later after how I really truly feel about everything after we're done doing this. Let's get to it.
So the word is out that Deshaun, explain your decision. Deshaun is going to start against Jacksonville. Took in the full body of work over the course of off-season to training camp to the games, the joint practice, and ultimately felt like to start the season on the road, Deshaun gave us the best chance to move the ball and score points. I mean, that's really what it's about.
Now, let's just operate off that alone. Deshaun Watson gave you the best chance to win and move up and down the score, move the ball and score. And that's what it all came down to. The man had about 20 interceptions throughout this whole duration. Even had one today, during practice today. So he's damn near up to 20 interceptions throughout this whole duration of training camp and what you call that preseason games. I wasn't born yesterday. Anybody who throw that many interceptions cannot be the best chance to win. I'm sorry. Anybody throw that many interceptions, it's just don't give you the best chance to win. That is impossible. So you know it's hogwash. You know it's BS is coming out of his mouth. Let's keep going, man.
And felt that way going in the last game, but wasn't sure. And after we talked as a staff, and after we re-looked at everything, we're going to go that direction.
Is this a week-by-week thing, or?
No.
Hold on.
No, we're not anticipating this being a week-by-week thing. Again, I think Shedeur has done a great job. Come a long ways, and we're excited about his future. But this is not a week-to-week decision.
All right. Now you hear that, y'all. You heard that. Oh, I already thought Deshaun was better, you know what I'm saying, before Saturday. What? I already was leaning toward Deshaun before Saturday. I already was doing that. Time out, y'all. I want y'all to take a deep breath. Let's rewind everything. Let's go all the way back. Don't y'all remember Mary Kay Cabot kept saying, Deshaun Watson, Deshaun Watson, Deshaun Watson, Deshaun Watson. We hearing this Deshaun Watson. We hearing this Deshaun Watson. And he dismissed it. Don't y'all remember? Don't forget. Every time she said, yo, it's Deshaun Watson, man. Maybe he tried to get like a little irritated. And you guys don't know what you're talking about. And lo and behold, it was the truth all along. It was the truth. Many people said, we talked to people inside of the building, and it's Deshaun Watson. So basically, it didn't matter what Shedeur did. They always going to find a reason that it has to be Deshaun. It didn't matter what he did. They was going to always find a reason it had to be Deshaun. He's taking too long. Remember last year? He's not coming up speed fast enough. So he got Dylan Gabriel. Give it to Dylan Gabriel. He's taking too long. It's the same thing this year. He's taking too long. Give it to Deshaun. At some point, man, we just gotta really look at what's really going on. 2 years in a row, Shedeur outplays his competition. And they choose to run with somebody else saying he is intellectual, ain't fast enough. This is 2 years in a row he claimed his intellectual ain't fast enough. This is 2 years in a row. But when you compare the game tapes, his intellectual is way better than the people they claim that got more intellectual than he do. It's the pre-snap. It's the pre-snap stuff, y'all. We all know better than that. We all know post-snap is more important than pre-snap most of the time. Now, pre-snap is not predicated only on the quarterback. It's also on the other players that know the count. You gotta know the snap count. You gotta know the cadence. So it's a collective thing. But they keep blaming it on the quarterback. But when Deshaun Watson get up there and do the same goddamn thing, oh, it's all good, man. The interceptions don't matter. He got almost 20 interceptions. That don't matter, man. You know what I'm saying? He's just coming back, man. It's all good. When Shedeur do one interception, they keep harping on it like it's the worst thing in the world. Even he do it. Let's keep going, man. Let's keep going.
Was it hard making that decision between Watson and Sanders?
For sure. I mean, any decision where it's so close, right? Both guys competing the rear ends off. And it is a hard decision, right? I mean, it's not a hard decision to start Jared Verse at defensive end, right? That's easy, right? But it's what we're paid to do. Try to put the best players on the field that give us the best chance to score points and move the ball.
Is this a decision that feels like maybe you're flexible with changing if things don't go the way that maybe you anticipate early?
I don't anticipate that being the case, but that's what we do. That question is not a quarterback question. It is everybody's position, right? Every single week we have to prove it, right? That's what we do. As pros, we have to prove it every week. It doesn't matter what position. Ultimately, we expect him to play well, or we wouldn't be starting him.
It feels like there's something that Deshaun did specifically to separate himself from Shedeur.
I wouldn't say anything specific. I would not say that. Again, just on the road, operation, right? Our ability to function. And again, it was close. I mean, like I said, I feel really good about both quarterbacks. I do.
So if it's that close, Todd, I think there's a line of thinking that says, why not go with the younger guy that might have a brighter future? I guess what was keeping Shedeur from getting this job? Did it come down to that operation?
Some of it was that. There's a number of things I'm not going to get into, but ultimately we felt over the course of training camp and the offseason that he was ahead of Shedeur. Shedeur's closed that gap, I mean, for sure, and that's a credit to him. And we look forward to, again, Shedeur continuing to grow as a player, but ultimately we're about week one. That's all it's about, is week one. Putting our best foot forward over the next 3 weeks. As I said the other day, we're only halfway through training camp. Still have this.
All right, hold on, y'all. Hold up. I want y'all. We gonna run it back. We gonna run this back because I need y'all to hear this. We already had Deshaun ahead of Shedeur. Wait, what? We already had him ahead of Shedeur. Now he closed the gap, but how did you have somebody ahead of Shedeur who been throwing duck balls all the time, missing a lot of people open and throwing almost 20 interceptions? How is that possible, sir? How is that possible, sir? You really got on this camera today and told us what other people was already saying. Mary Kay Cabot would have been saying it for months. Other people been saying it for months. And you had the nerve to try to act like they know what they're talking about. But today you confirmed the whole time they said he was in the lead, you kept saying nobody's in the lead. But then you just said right here, oh, we always felt that he was ahead. You always felt he was ahead. But when Mary Kay and other people say that, you try to make it look like they was losing their mind when they said it. But now today you admit, we always thought he was ahead. He just thought he did close the gap though. Come on, man. Let's run it back, y'all. He really got up here and said that, yeah, basically Mary Kay Cabot and all of them was right, but I didn't want to confirm that. But since the deal is done and the papers are signed, now I can confirm that everything Mary Kay Cabot and other people kept saying about Deshaun Watson being in the lead, it was always true. I just couldn't publicly say it until we finally, put the pen to the paper. Let's run it back a little bit, man.
On the road, operation, right? Our ability to function, and again, it was close. I mean, like I said, I feel really good about both quarterbacks. I do.
So if it's that close, Todd, I think there's a line of thinking that says, why not go with the younger guy that might have a brighter future? I guess what was keeping Shedeur from getting this job? Did it come down to that operation?
Some of it was that. There's a number of things I'm not going to get into, but ultimately we felt over the course of training camp and the offseason that he was ahead of Shedeur. Shedeur's closed that gap, I mean, for sure, and that's a credit to him. And we look forward to, again, Shedeur continuing to grow as a player, but ultimately we're about week one. That's all it's about, is week one. Putting our best foot forward over the next 3 weeks. As I said the other day, we're only halfway through training camp. Still have this week, got next week, got the whole game prep for Jacksonville. We really haven't game planned anybody in the preseason, so our ability to game plan and get ready for Jacksonville, I'm looking forward to it.
You hear that? So this whole time it was BS. He said even before training camp, y'all. He said even before training camp, they had Deshaun over Shedeur Sanders, y'all. It was never real. This competition was BS. They said it was never even when they started. They already had Deshaun over Shedeur from the beginning. He said even before training camp, we had Deshaun over him. Even say it was never fair. And he got up here every day lying, saying it was fair. While Mary Kay Cabot and them keeping it 100, what they hearing from the organization, he get his ass up here in front of the camera and try to act like they don't know what they talking about. And finally, now everything is said and done. Oh yeah, they was basically saying, they was telling the truth. We always had him. Come on, bro. So that means this shit was fake. 2 years in a row, another fake ass competition that was already put into place for the other people to be quarterback and keep saying, he taking too long. 2 years in a row, they kept saying my boy taking too long. But when they get in the game and they get the same opportunity, he beat them at it. Hold on, y'all. If he got the ones, if he would have got the ones, he would probably would have scored more points. If he got to play with the ones last Saturday, he probably would have scored more than 7 points. So you took that away from him. So this whole time, so now it makes sense why you took away Shedeur reps and try to make it look like we got to catch him up. No, you don't. You ain't got to catch him up. You can catch him up another day. It's Shedeur day. Now, all of it makes sense. They just say anything. Oh, we just going to say this. Nah, we ain't stupid, man. We really thought Todd Monken would come up in here and actually do a fair competition. Then he just admitted it was never a fair competition. We started off having Deshaun over Shedeur anyway, and Shedeur had to play catch up. What type of competition is that? I don't know, man. This is crazy, man.
Talk about on the road. Do you mean the challenges a road game presents, or
100%.
being away from the home fans?
No, I mean, what a challenge is of being on the road. I'm just worried about the first game. I mean, it's really about being on the road, operation, silent cadence, right, opening the season. Just felt like that was the right way to go, and that wasn't the only criteria. It was just a piece of it.
Todd, no one really seemed to run away with this quarterback competition. Just felt like it was uneven throughout. For those that don't understand the football decision to start Deshaun, What are they missing that you see that those folks aren't seeing?
Well, again, it's the day-to-day. What they're not seeing is the film. They're not in our building. So they're not going to know what we know. Now, you can see with your own eyes, right? You can forecast what you expect it to be, right? A number of those people weren't even in practice. So I don't really concern myself with what they really think.
Todd Monken, with your lying ass. You do know, right? You practice how you play. You play how you practice. You play how you practice. You do know that, right? And you do know G. Bush and others showed up to practice, to hold practices, and watched it on multiple occasions, right? You do know that, right? So to try to dismiss everybody like they don't know, they ain't in our building, they never came to practices, they don't know our game tapes. To just insinuate that everybody who wants Shedeur to actually, who said Shedeur won, it should be QB1, they don't know what they talk about. Granted, we don't know everything that you do behind the tape. Yes, a lot of us don't. But to sit up there and say a lot of these people who report the real, like, Cleveland Brown media have not showed up, that's cap, bro, and you know that's a lie. You can't throw that many interceptions and you accept it. You accepting interceptions, bro. You accepting it when it come to Deshaun Watson. But you ain't accepting it when it's Shedeur Sanders. You accepted throwing it into the ground and overthrowing it when it's Deshaun Watson. You ain't accepting it when it's Shedeur Sanders. Just keep it at 100, man. This is 2 years in a row, bro, that the coaches, when it comes to Shedeur Sanders, don't keep it 100, bro. They give everybody else this little cool-ass little leash, coddling leash. And when it's Shedeur Sanders, he has to play perfect, or oh my God, he has to hurry up around the corner with this cadence and that. Always, oh, you're taking too long. But when he get in the game, he outplays the people who got a better understanding of the concepts. But when he get in the game, he does better than the people with the so fast developing the concepts and stuff. Give Shedeur even playing field, he's smoking their ass. He did not give Shedeur even playing field playing against Buffalo. He know what the hell he was doing. We're not gonna give him the one. How the fuck you ain't there was no evaluation. Duh. Saturday never mattered, y'all. Even though Aditi asked him, if this the last time Shedeur has the audition, what do you want? I just want him to throw. He already knew before the game he ain't picking Shedeur. He already knew it. Instead of keeping it 100. Well, you know, I already thought that before the game, but I really didn't know. You a goddamn lie. You already said you had him ahead. Shedeur had to play catch up the whole time. Any mistake that Shedeur did, you guys put him 10 yards back every time. 10 steps back. No matter how much he catching up, if he do anything, a pre-snap this or fumble that interception, it knocks him 10 steps back again. Why Deshaun Watson get to make thousands of mistakes and he still get to stay in the lead. You people is a boy. Boy, you people, boy.
I know what we think and what we see every day in our building and our players and the momentum we have, and we're 100% behind Deshaun.
How much did you take into account the fact that the fan base really is not in Deshaun's corner and that they seem to love Shedeur? Did this come up in the discussions at all for you guys?
Absolutely not. Zero. There was nothing to do with that. I mean, ultimately, the fans want us to win. I mean, ultimately, put a good product on the field. That's really what they want, okay? And so that's our job as coaches, why we're hired, to try and put the best product on the field. And when we don't, then I understand their frustration. But ultimately, they don't decide who plays. I mean, who would I be if I let someone outside of the building decide who plays?
Todd, I know you said that press conference from Saturday from Deshaun wasn't going to factor into the decision, and I know you talked about how important mental toughness is in quarterbacks. So looking at the entire body of work, what makes you confident that he has that part of it for you guys right now?
Well, I said it yesterday, like, he bleeds like we bleed. 22 months of working to get back. giving himself another opportunity for the Browns, okay? So that I respect. And sure, was he hurt? Yes. But I also said yesterday, okay, I don't like being booed either. I don't like when we jump off sides 3 times at the end of the game, okay? But we earned that, right? We earn our respect by how we play. We earn our fans.
You can tell from Saturday to Monday and today, right? How today is Monday, my bad. Saturday, Sunday, and today that they got a talking to. Because this wasn't who he was after the game Sunday. And Deshaun Watson today ain't the same who he was on Saturday. I'm not saying people can't change their mind, whatever. I know it's fresh, but you could definitely see they had a meeting, y'all. You could definitely tell they had a meeting. And say, hey man, we got to name Deshaun Watson. We got to clear this up so Deshaun Watson comes back out. And now I was just in my feelings and all that. Nah, that was real feelings, man. That was genuine feelings. Deshaun Watson he couldn't wait to say that. He that was bottled up. But you could definitely tell they had a talking to, and they had to tone it down and politically correct. Look what he doing, man. Look what's going on, y'all. They really trying to play Shedeur come on, man. If you ever play team sports, especially football, yes. Getting people in the huddle and all of that stuff, that is important. But it's a lot of other things important too. And we already seen it in the game that Shedeur is not far behind like they claim he is. That's bull crap. And they know it is. But they gonna keep using it so we can keep him right here. Same thing they did last year. Oh, he's coming. Bro, stop it, bro. Stop it, bro. Just stop it, man. Come on, this is crazy. This is crazy work, bro. He won this shit fair and square 2 years in a row. And y'all always try to find a way. Well, we just gotta, Deshaun, 22 months and I respect it. What that gotta do with anything, bro? The man throw damn near 20 interceptions, bro. That ain't it. You cannot win a job throwing 20 interceptions, bro. This man is close to 20 interceptions, bro. And then y'all take Shedeur ones and then make it look like he's going off. After he scored 7 touchdowns, y'all try to parade like it's the best. But when Shedeur goes crazy, the track ain't all of that. Man, come on, man. Y'all diabolical with this, bro. And he has a nerve to come up here and he's coming along, but Shedeur is closing the gap, but it was never a gap. You admitted that y'all already had him in the lead before y'all even played these goddamn training camp, man. Come on, bro. These people are so damn weak. These are grown-ass men that can't even keep it real with other grown-ass men, bro. These are other grown-ass men that can't keep it real with other grown-ass men, bro. They do all this goddamn makeup bullshit. Let's keep it honest, man. You already promised Deshaun Watson, since he was healed, you already promised him that he gonna get out to play, man. Let's keep it honest. Even Haslam start walking back the worst decisions. Soon as Deshaun got cleared to practice, he started walking that shit back too. Come on, man. Let's keep it honest, man. Y'all weird out here, man.
Right? In terms of appreciation of the product we put on the field. And that's our job. So on one side, I 100% understand where Deshaun is coming from. But ultimately, we're pros. I mean, we got to put on a good product. And we got to play. You got to pull your big boy pants up and let's go play.
Todd,
about how Shedeur has gotten better as the offseason's kind of gone on. What was the conversation kind of like with him about the decision, and what was kind of your message to him as he
he was awesome. I mean, you talk about somebody that really understands the long game. That really, I think, has come to understand the long game, right? What are we really in this for? What am I in it for? To have the Browns be an organization that people aspire to be, right? The long game, right? Where do we want to be in the long term, right? whatever that, and he understands that as well as a quarterback, right? Where he was at, where he's at now, where he wants to get to. That is what's so awesome about Shedeur understanding that. Really, he does. We met this morning for a good long time, and all he had was a smile on his face because he understands what really is in front of him, not really a short-term, maybe long-term decision. I mean, this is like a player, like he's going to work his butt off to get better, and he has already.
Hey, y'all, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Nah, we ain't doing this, man. He had a big smile on his face because the reporter asked him, what did Shedeur think about him not being number one? What did he say? Oh, man, he understands, man. He had a big smile on his face. He understands. He gets it. He understands. He gets it. He understands the long game, the long game. Yeah, sometimes things is about the long game. It is. It is. But he also smiled because he know you full of too. No matter what y'all think, Shedeur knows that he outplayed Deshaun Watson. He know he did. And that smile is, all right, man. All right, whatever, bro. You play me with the starters. When you get Deshaun this, you did this, you're doing that. Hey, I can't control that. Whatever. All right, man. Whatever, man. All right, whatever, bro. Because he already went through it last year. They went through it last year. They smile in his face. They say all this crap. They disrespect his mental. They disrespect this. He's coming along. This man really said he's coming along, but we already had Deshaun Watson ahead of him even before training camp. In letting us know that Saturday didn't matter anyway. It didn't matter that he played bad. It didn't matter that he with the press conference. Imagine Shedeur having the same press conference. Imagine Shedeur throwing the fans under the bus, throwing the coaches, just imagine he throwing fans under the bus. Man, I thought y'all loved me, man. What's going on? Imagine Shedeur doing the same thing. Come on, man. Come on, dog. I'm out of here, man. These people are diabolical. These people are fake as hell. And I knew in the back of my mind it was Deshaun Watson because you could just tell. You could just tell the way things were moving. And then when G. Bush went out there and he said, yeah, man, when I went out there last Thursday against the Bills, the people that's really close to the organization already told me, hey, man, it's 99%, 98% Deshaun Watson. And he could see how they was giving Deshaun Watson all this plays, all this and that versus Shedeur. He's like, oh, yeah, it's Deshaun Watson. You can tell the way they moving. It's Deshaun Watson. I was just trying to let them keep their word. But I knew back in my mind they was lying, but I was hoping that they wouldn't come into the camera and lie like that. But I was hoping Todd Monken wasn't one of them, but he is one of them too. He is one of them too. I'm out of here, man. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, man. I'm gone. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about Todd Monken reasoning for getting Deshaun Watson over Shedeur. Shedeur is just taking too long, y'all. Once again, he's taking too long. He just can't catch up. Deshaun Watson can catch up because of his experience. Right? Okay, cool. That's what they said about Dylan Gabriel. He could catch on because his experience. So they're gonna keep using the same thing. Experience, and he's just too slow. But he's coming though. He's getting better. That's the same thing Kevin Stefanski said the whole motherfucking time. These people are diabolical, man. I'm out of here. Peace.